Pharma too at the highest point of the day now, 7% higher on that stock as well. Good time to get in Ajit Mishra, the Senior Vice President of Research at Religare Broking, who is joining us now on the show. Ajit, good afternoon. Thank you for joining in. What do you do after a big gap up like this, right? Because you're now up 500 points. The Nifty is now at that very important 22,850, 22,900 levels, still struggling to cross that. But once it does, what happens next? And what are your stock recommendations this afternoon?
Yeah, good afternoon, Hormaz. So yes, we are back to the square. Means we started this journey of this week with a sharp gap down, and we are ending the week almost the similar level. Means 22,900 was the zone basically where we closed, pre-tariff era. So now 20 EMA, almost 22,900 is what we are currently striving to sustain and reclaim. Once we do that, then probably we can inch toward to the long-term averages around 23,300, 400 levels. Banking has already reclaimed those areas, so which is definitely a positive sign. Like Mangalam was mentioning about, India VIX also seeing some cool off, which is the added positive. So now sustainability is the key. So let's say if we manage to hold these key areas, definitely we are eyeing higher levels or further recovery in days to come. So keeping that in mind, obviously, the sectors wherein we are seeing strength, FMCG, like after this prolonged underperformance, we are seeing Marico outperforming within the sector. The stock is almost trading on the verge of making a new high. 750 is what we are eyeing in Marico in the near future. So with stop at 688, one can accumulate Marico at the current levels. Then we have from the banking heavyweights, Kotak Bank, where after the marginal dip, the stock has again filled the gap, and we are again seeing fresh momentum in the stock. So 2250 is what we are eyeing in the near future. The stop at 2075, one can accumulate Kotak also at current levels.
What about a lot of these pharma names, Ajit? They are doing very well for themselves in today's session. I'll ask you a question on the metal stocks as well. But a lot of these smaller pharma names is what I wanted to draw your attention to. Be it Wockhardt, Kaplan Point, Jubilant Pharmova. Is there anything among these that excite you, or would you like to stick to the large cap pharma names?
So in fact, you should see almost that Wockhardt didn't slip below its major averages, long-term averages, which is definitely a positive sign, because the way the stock moved up from 150 to 1650, it was more of time-wise correction that we were seeing in the stock and still holding above these levels. So this seems that probably this relative strength is likely to continue ahead also, and 1600, 1650, the previous swing high is something that the stock might attempt.
And what about these metal names, Ajit? Hindalco, Tata Steel, a lot of them doing well for themselves today. Also for the likes of Sarda Energy. Anything that comes on your charts here?
So yeah, metal definitely means we have seen a decent recovery, and Hindalco is definitely among the top performing names. But the way mostly metal counters were under pressure, I believe that one should wait for some stability or some base formation before making any substantial move. Sharda at the other end, still we are seeing consolidation to continue in the near future. So for a time being now, it's prudent to avoid any aggressive bets in metal and Sharda Energy per se.
All right, take that point. Are there any other stocks that you've listed out for us today that you wanted to talk about?
So like banking definitely is something, Mangaram, which one should continue to keep a focus on, because in this entire negativity, we were seeing that banking is holding above its major averages. It didn't breach previous swing low. The large cap names like ICICI, Kotak, HDFC Bank is something definitely you should prefer. So despite all this, choppiness that we are seeing in the market, we believe that this kind of outperformance might continue in banking and financials in days to come as well.
Right, take that point. A big move is what we're seeing on Aarti Industries right now, up nearly 6.5%. Also, Laurus Labs along with Patanjali Foods are a couple of stocks which are spiking. PI Industries at the bottom of your screen.